So here we are. We landed in the DMV, and we're going to tell you why. Coming up right now. So here we are, baby.
In the DMV, kicking it.
One of our favorite places on planet Earth. So why did we land here? What are we doing here?
Let's see now.
Okay, I'll say it.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a great job offer. And the here's to being gainfully employed. So I think it's important that how everything moved and transpired was in alignment to how we were already thinking, right? So we opened ourselves up. We talked about where we were going, what we were thinking about, places that we were considering.
We'll have to do a whole nother video on how we manifested this whole situation.
Exactly.
I think that would be a great video.
Absolutely. So we landed in Washington. So why did we land in Washington?
Well, look, can we talk about where we are right now? I know y'all can't see, and I'll put some pictures in here.
It's a vibe.
It's a real vibe. It's called The Reach, and it's basically an outside area connected to the Kennedy Center.
Yep.
And right now, between September and October, they're having outdoor seating, outdoor music. You've got some ice cream. You've got a little barbecue
Food
going on.
Beverages.
You can get you a bottle of wine and sit and chill out. I got a nice little breeze here. If you walk over, you can get a view of all the beautiful boats passing on the Potomac. I am loving this. There are kids out here. There's places for the kids to run. You can bring your pets.
Right.
You can bring your own seating. You can bring your own drinks.
Crazy.
It's a vibe. Loving it. It's a vibe. But on to why we're here. Oh, is this one of the reasons we're here?
It is.
I think it is too.
Because there's so much to do, so many dope places to go and see, and I think that one of the great things about Washington, D.C., Metropolitan Washington, D.C., the DMV.
Did you say DMC?
Washington, DMC, in the place to be. So, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you're all about Run DMC. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
Sidebar. Yeah, so, when we made the decision about coming to the DMV, our youngest was already here.
No, our oldest was already here.
Our oldest was already here, and our youngest is now done with high school.
Yay!
So
yay for being done with high school.
No more children in high school. It was a beautiful thing.
Everybody drives.
We did that. 4 children. The youngest is now 18 and done with high school.
Can we say
So that's a life transition. That's a beautiful moment, right?
And I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
So our youngest daughter is at Howard University now, completing her degree this year. Our oldest daughter was already living here. So both our daughters were already here.
They were already here. And that was part of it.
So that was
part of the draw.
We were halfway there already, right?
Right.
So then I got the job offer.
Yay!
And all of these other things. So it was really cool that.
And Howard is here.
HU?
You know.
So we love DC. It's where we met.
It's our second home.
It is. And our daughter is going to be done in the spring of 21.
Yep, she'll be done in 2021.
And so we'll have
two more to go through college. When you talk about why, you talk about the things we just mentioned. Family, friends, of course, our connection here, becoming young adults, meeting here, and just the vibe of the city, how the city has grown, how the city has changed. A lot of people would say it's changed for the better, but I see a lot of professional people that look like us doing it and doing it well.
Let's talk about our friends for a second.
Oh, our friends!
They are dope.
Our friends are so dope.
They are
Hi,
intelligent.
Guys.
They are friendly. They are salt of the earth. And many of them are already here. So that was another draw, right?
It was another draw. We didn't have many friends. I don't think we had any friends. We had one friend.
We had a few friends.
And then I gained another friend.
And we had some family
in North Carolina. Yeah. And that's what grounded us there, but it just wasn't what we were used to.
Yeah. And now we don't have to travel for homecoming.
Oh my gosh.
We're already here.
Stay out all night. Don't have to get a hotel.
So it's going to be virtual this year.
Yeah, it'll be virtual this year. We're going to have a little gig at our crib.
But in the coming years,
it's going to be a ball.
There will be some shenanigans.
And we get to volunteer at the school and do things for the school. So we're really excited about those types of things.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what drew us here in this age and in our lifetime. We wanted to do more for our alma mater. So that was part of the draw too. The biggest part of the draw, though, I mean, when you think about the DMV and you talk about moving from Atlanta or Florida or North Carolina to DMC, what's the first thing you think about?
I don't know, babe. What is
How much it costs?
it?
What you talking about?
Yeah, it's not the cheapest place to live in America.
Not. It is not the cheapest place to live, guys.
Right, right.
So our
Every dollar's-
monthly housing payment literally doubled.
Yeah, probably a little more than double.
Yeah, look, maybe 65%. It's 65% higher
Yeah, something like that.
than it was in North Carolina. Number one.
Yep, keep that in mind.
But y'all ready for the but? Our car insurance dropped
It did.
75%.
Yep.
What?
Right.
We were like, is he sure? Is that right? What else dropped? Our utilities have dropped.
Yep.
Groceries are a little bit less here.
Yep.
But because of the pandemic, it's still up a little bit. But I would say groceries are a little bit less.
Yeah.
Restaurants and stuff, that's about the same. Gas is about the same. And you can get a house for what we had in North Carolina, but we would live in 45 minutes to an hour away from where we want to be.
And then we don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So you could literally,
Like
we could have
you
paid.
have to pay for the conveniences.
Right.
The closer you are, more it costs.
Right. And we lived in the suburbs in Raleigh too. We lived about 25 minutes from downtown Raleigh,
Yeah.
but we live literally 10, 15 minutes from everything.
And it's beautiful, right? So let's talk about the beauty of metropolitan Washington, D.C.
I was talking about the stuff people want to hear about.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I want to talk about the stuff people want to hear
Keep
about.
talking about it,
Heath
baby.
loves it here. And I love it here because Heath loves it here.
It's my second home.
He's so much happier. He's calling more people. He's talking to more people. He's just like more himself. I'm loving this Heath.
Thank you.
I'm really, really loving this Heath. It kind of reminds me of the Heath I married, the Heath I met.
Because you made me here.
Is that what it is? You can get a house for what you had in North Carolina or wherever else. It's just going to be further out.
Right.
It's not like you have to do what we did, spend that much more. You don't have to do that. Don't let anybody tell you that. You can find some place to live here for pretty much the same, comparably, in other areas.
Yep.
It's just that we wanted to live in town. We wanted to live as close to work.
Yep.
And he's going to talk about that a little bit. And it's close to everything.
Yep.
We didn't want our kids to have to drive far because they have their own car. They share their own car, and we wanted them to be able to go and come and not feel like, oh my God, it's going to be a long drive home.
Because the activities here are endless. I mean, you literally can do something. You can do something different in metropolitan Washington, D.C. every weekend for years and never do the same thing twice.
So we've been here a month, and the kids have already gone hiking, kayaking. We've been out a couple times.
Yeah, they went to the beach too.
They went to the beach too. Assateague Beach. You can go there. The Wild Horses Beach. The kids have been kayaking on the Potomac. They've also gone hiking in the hills of Virginia. It's just a lot to do here within a very short distance.
Right. And of course, all of the kind of built-in things that you can do and see around museums and sites and historical places. It's really phenomenal in that space.
Which are all free because they're paid for with your tax dollars.
So you may as well check it out.
The galleries have opened back up.
Yep.
Of course, they limit the number of people that are allowed in the galleries. So you want to, maybe go during the week or go, at off-peak times or something. But you really want to take it in. And I think the importance of living in a city like this, and some of you who live here probably know, you got to really be active about what am I going to do this weekend?
You do.
Where am I going to go this weekend? You can stay in your house. But there's so much to do. There's so many history museums. There's so many art galleries. There's so many music venues. Oh, by the way, Edwin McCain is going to be in town in a couple weeks, and I know that's one of your favorite artists.
Edwin McCain.
So, and like not too far from our house either. So we're like really excited about stuff like that.
I think that people who are coming here who they want to know that they can earn an income, earn a living, right? And so,
oh my gosh, that is probably the best thing about living here.
So yeah, it costs more to live here. but the salaries and the things that you can find can also be commensurate to the cost of living. And so it's really incumbent upon you to do a little homework of where you want to work, where you want to live, right, and making that stuff work. But you know, whether it's government employment or technology, you know, Amazon is bringing a ton of jobs here, and so there are other companies that'll be attracted to the area because of Amazon's presence, and just really lots of opportunity. In the DMV, so do your homework. The opportunity is here.
The opportunity is here big time. So the government used to be the largest employer. I think they still are
Yeah, they
by a
definitely still are.
smidge, but private sector is really, really growing in this area. Amazon being one of them, and I think they're hiring how many people in the next?
Amazon's hiring 40,000 people over the next 10 years.
How many?
40,000.
Okay,
plus.
so I thought it was 25,000, but what happened was New York wiggled out of there, so they had to bring a lot of those jobs here.
And even if you're not working for Amazon, doing things that are in the cloud space because of AWS and Amazon in general, and
Microsoft is here.
there's
Google is here.
immense opportunities to bring the bag home.
So some of the other companies that are big here, besides Amazon, well, Amazon's not quite as big here yet. They're going to be, but they're not quite yet. So the companies that are big here are who?
Yeah, a lot of government-centric companies like, you know, Northrop Grumman's and
Khaki,
yeah,
CACI,
yeah.
Khaki.
A lot of companies that are supporting government, right? And so in terms of government contracts, the space programs, all of those kinds of things are available here. So I think that the opportunity is immense if you are looking.
Did we mention Capital One? This is their headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Northern Virginia. Also, Deloitte Touche.
Yeah, it used to be Deloitte & Touche. Now it's just Deloitte.
Oh, sorry, Deloitte. I have a friend that used to work for Deloitte, but now they work for somebody else that's like Deloitte.
Right.
Another thing I want to say is I've known someone to move to California with a big company, make very good money out there, and then have to move back here. And guess what? Made more money.
Yeah.
So do not be afraid to move to this area.
Yeah.
This area is thriving. It's growing. I don't even feel like we're in a recession here. It's really weird.
Yeah.
When you're in downtown DC, the stores are closed or they're limited, but people are still shopping. People are still eating out. People are still enjoying their lives. There's still traffic during rush hour, just not as much as usually. And yes, the traffic is bad here. And that's the other reason we chose to pay more to live closer.
But yeah, so look out for some of these things that we're going to be doing here in the near future around living in Washington, D.C., metropolitan Washington, D.C., the DMV. It's going to be dope. We're going to show y'all what's happening. So stay tuned for that.
We're going to try to do more videos more consistently now that we're kind of settled. We've been hobbing and bobbing for a few months, just like most of us in this country, in this world. We want to start to redirecting that energy. We want to uplift you all more. We're going to stay positive. It's been a really heavy vibe of late, and we want to encourage you to look on the bright side.
We're gonna bring some juice.
You're alive. You're well. You're working. You're thriving. If you're not working, you're going to be working soon. You're thinking of an idea. You're doing something. This is such a time of, we call it the enlightenment. We don't call it what everybody else calls it. And calling it the enlightenment, we're saying, bring it up. Bring it up a notch. It's time to turn the page. So we're here with you. We're thriving with you.
Yes.
No matter what it looks like. It's all good. And it's going to come out so good on the other side.
High vibes only.
High vibes only.
So remember, guys, stay connected. Stay connected to God. Stay connected to your family. And stay connected to your spouse.
Or your significant other.
Either trade the TV.